One Piece isn't just about epic battles and heartbreaking losses, it's also packed with moments that warm your heart. From Luffy eating Sanji's ruined bento, to Jinbei donates his blood to Luffy, these scenes remind us why we love this story so much. Here are 12 of the most wholesome One Piece moments that had us smiling through tears. Number 12. Luffy and Zoro reunite in Wano. This one is just plain delightful. When Luffy sees Zoro in the distance after a long separation, his face splits open into a huge grin and he leaps off Komishio's back and onto Zoro's chest and face. Zoro has to move him a bit so that he can breathe, but he's smiling too. Both of them are exuding pure joy over being reunited with one of their best friends in the world.
It's been a while,
It's been a long time, most honorable Zoro!
Number 11. Luffy hides Sandersonias' mark. During a battle between Luffy and Boa Hancock's sisters Sandersonia and Marigold, the back of Sandersonias' shirt is burned off. Luffy leaps onto her back to hide the slave mark branded there. He does this because he remembers the sisters saying they'd rather die than let anyone see the mark. Luffy doesn't care that the Gorgon sisters are literally trying to execute him. In his mind, these two things have nothing to do with one another. He doesn't see them as enemies and he doesn't want their traumatic pasts revealed against their will. It's a moment that's both heartwarming and heartbreaking. Number 10. Luffy says goodbye to Daden. Daden puts up a tough front, but when her foster son Luffy says something nice to her, she bursts into tears. As he's preparing to leave, he tries to get her to come out and say goodbye. She refuses, claiming that he's being a nuisance. Before heading off, he says that while he doesn't like mountain bandits in general, he does like Daden and her crew. Cue the waterworks. Number 9. Fujitora wishes he could see Luffy's face. As far as Marines go, Fujitora is pretty honorable. He doesn't think of all pirates as inherently evil. In fact, there are some he admires. One of those pirates is Luffy. Luffy not only stops Doflamingo's underlings from taking advantage of Fujitora's blindness, he also has the strength and courage needed to take on Doflamingo himself. At first, Fujitora wants to get in his way because it's his job, but he soon realizes that what Luffy is doing is right, and what's more, everyone supports him. Fujitora wishes he hadn't blinded himself, so that he could see Luffy's face. Number 8. Luffy covers Katakori's face. After defeating Katakori, Luffy is barely standing upright, but he still has the wherewithal to help the man he just exhausted himself to take down. He knows that Katakori doesn't want to show his unusual mouth. Out of respect for an opponent that he bonded with through battle, he covers Katakori's face with his extra hat before leaving. Number 7. Jinbei donates his blood to Luffy. In the world of One Piece, blood transfusions between two different species are forbidden by law. This isn't for medical reasons, it's fine as long as both parties have the same blood type, but for prejudicial ones. Few people are willing to do so, whether because they agree with the prejudice or because they don't want to face legal consequences. When Luffy needs a blood transfusion and Jinbei is the only one with the same blood type, he doesn't care that he's a fishman and Luffy is human. He cares that he can save Luffy's life. He gives Luffy as much of his blood as he can. After Luffy wakes up, he asks Jinbei to join his crew. Number 6. The Straw Hats salute Vivie. As the Straw Hats prepare to leave Alabasta, they ask Vivie to join their crew. Vivie is tempted because she loves traveling with them, but ultimately she decides that she loves Alabasta more. Because of the marine ships hanging around nearby, the Straw Hats can't give Vivie a big showy goodbye. Instead, they do it subtly by marking their hands with X's and give her a salute as they sail off. Vivie salutes them back with her own X-marked hand, confirming their eternal friendship. Number 5. Frankie tells Robin that her existence isn't a sin. Robin has spent 20 years being told that her very existence is sinful. Because she can read poneglyphs, an ability with the potential to uncover major government secrets, nearly every government official she's unlucky enough to encounter tells her that she doesn't deserve to live. Anyone else she gets close to is at risk too, so according to some, it's morally wrong for her to connect with anyone. Robin eventually comes to believe this herself, which is why she takes so long to trust the Straw Hats. While she's in Annie's lobby hoping that the Straw Hats will save her but worrying that they can't, Frankie tells her that her view is all wrong. Her existence isn't a sin at all, what matters is what she does with her life.
在そのものが罪。
いや、存在することは罪にならねえ。
Number 4. Nami asks Luffy for help. Nami is the type of person who wants to handle everything by herself, no matter how impossible or dangerous it seems. But when her attempts to buy her village back from the Arlong pirates seem hopeless and everyone she loves is in danger, she realizes that she has to ask for help. When she asks Luffy, he promises to do just that. He seals the deal by lending her his beloved straw hat, something he rarely lets anyone else touch. As far as Luffy is concerned, Nami is already part of his crew, and he'll do anything to help her. Number 3. Sanji says goodbye to Zeph. Sanji and Zeph bicker constantly, but that doesn't mean they don't love each other. Zeph saved Sanji's life when he was a child, he raised him and taught him everything he knew about cooking. He was the father to him that his abusive biological father never was. But the two aren't especially open about their feelings. The bickering gets so harsh that it sometimes looks like straight-up hatred. So when Sanji gets down on his knees and sincerely thanks Zeph for everything he's done for him, it hits hard. Number 2. Luffy and Sabo reunite in Dressrosa. Sabo and Luffy's reunion would have been hostile if Sabo had taken much longer to reveal himself. After all, he'd said that he wasn't going to let Luffy take the flame fruit that had belonged to his brother Ace. As soon as Sabo reveals his identity, that changes. Sabo is Luffy's other brother, and the two haven't seen each other in years. The loss of their brother makes their relationship with each other even more important than it already was, and their reunion that much more emotional.
ありがとな、ルフィ。生きててくれて嬉しい。
Number 1. Luffy eats Sanji's ruined bento. Luffy can enjoy just about any type of food, but that's not the reason he's so effusive about Sanji's ruined bento. The thing has been crushed and drenched in the rain, and it looks disgusting, but Luffy loves it because Sanji made it, and not only does Luffy love Sanji's cooking, he loves Sanji. That's why he's sitting there in the rain to begin with. He doesn't want to leave without him and let him marry Pudding. Meanwhile, Sanji sees the bento, and by extension himself, as a dismal failure. He clearly doesn't want to marry Pudding. He proves that by including his crewmate's favorite foods in a bento he intended to give to her. Once it was ruined, he gave it to Luffy, one of the people who truly accepts Sanji for who he is. This symbolic meal opens the door to Sanji admitting that he wants to stay with the Straw Hats, which means that Luffy can start helping him.
It's yummy!
Well, that's it for today folks. Which moment from the list is your favorite? Tell me in the comment box. And for more One Piece videos, subscribe. Bye, see you in the next one.